Willamette Radio Workshop.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sam A. Mowry. I'm the director of the Willamette Radio Workshop. Welcome to McMiniman's Kennedy School Halloween Extravaganza. I believe this is our 14th year here, celebrating our favorite holiday. The holiday that is made for audio drama or radio drama from the days of Orson Welles and the War of the Worlds broadcast. Tonight we bring you an original adaptation from the master Edgar Allan Poe by Portland's own master William S. Gregory. This evening's program is entitled The Tales of Edgar Allan Poe Ho Ho. Without further ado, Holiday Spirits, based on the Cask of Amontillado.
And he said, let's run and we'll have some fun, now before I melt away.
Down here, Alan.
Oh, Sloshy the snowman. There you are, Edward. I changed the words. They fit better.
Be careful on the stairs.
Oh, I'm fine, just fine. Was that important?
No. The world is too full of stupid crystal.
What a place you've got down here.
And stone walls are 4 feet thick. They're constructed of hand-carved blocks from the Dordogne region of France.
Oh, France. That's where Amy wants to go for our 15th anniversary.
The workers were here for almost a year. They were master craftsmen.
You had French guys in your house for almost a year?
When you can afford perfection, settling for less is simply a form of self-hatred.
That's true.
These stones are identical to the walls in some of the greatest wine cellars in the world.
So impressive.
Now, did your wife get home safely?
Oh, that's right. I told her to take the car and not wait up for me, just like you said.
Good. You'll want time to enjoy this.
Oh, I will. You really are a great guy.
Oh, please, don't mention it.
I mean, a lot of guys, considering what happened, they wouldn't take it so well.
The walls are 4 feet thick and nearly airtight.
There could be hard feelings.
You couldn't slip a razor blade between the stones.
They don't have any sort of, well, you know, letting bygones be bygones.
The vaults are curved for optimal airflow around the bottles.
If some guy gets the short end of the stick, well, it just happens in life. It's natural.
And now look there at that arch.
At the wall.
It looks like a wall, yes. But when I push this little recess in the stonework, door opens.
Well, look at that.
It's an extra security measure. Criminals can't break into a room they don't know exists.
What do you mean?
This isn't on any of the plans of the house. There are no records, no blueprints. And the workers who built it for me are half a world away.
Oh, sneaky.
And I thought that might appeal to you. You come down this way.
More stairs.
Just one more flight down.
It's thirsty work.
All the more reason for you to enjoy our treasure, the Amontillado.
When you told me you had one, I couldn't believe it. You know, it's my very favorite.
I know. You've said so once.
I did. When was that?
One evening when we were over at your place.
That's right, I remember.
Certainly.
Wow. You can't even hear the party anymore.
3 stories below ground in the sub-cellar's sub-cellar.
It's a huge event. So half of the community must be here.
Well, it's nice to have a big party around the holidays.
Amy didn't want to come at first, not after... Well, she didn't. But when it turned out practically everyone we knew was going to be here, well, we couldn't stay home, could we?
No, you couldn't.
Won't they miss you upstairs?
Oh, they won't even notice I'm gone.
Oh, but but you're the host.
Everyone will simply think I'm in a different room at the moment.
But the refreshments.
The servers, the bartenders, the guests, they all have everything they need. The host in a big party is practically invisible. Everyone believes he's there, whether they can see him or not. So they presume that he's there, whether they can see him or not.
I guess you're right.
I've thought about it a great deal.
And then, when you mentioned the Amontillado, well...
Indeed well. I thought that would be the case. Amontillado.
After all, holidays are the time for forgiveness. At least that's what all the ads say.
And here we are. This level is smaller, but I like to think, in its way, just as impressive.
What are those glass doors set in the walls?
Oh, those are preserving chambers.
Like a panic room?
Well, you've heard that taking the air out of open bottles and recapping them filled with CO2?
Oh, yes. The wine oxidizes more slowly without air.
Well, some evidence exists that the bottles themselves derive benefit from being stored in an oxygen-free environment.
So these little vaults are like refrigerators, but they keep the bottles airless, not cold, and you built them right into the vaults.
Yeah, close the door, flip the switch, and the vault could be airless in 5 minutes.
Does it work?
It's time we found out.
Is that little beauty on the table what I think it is?
Oh, step in and find out. Oh, by the way, did you say you had that new Quadtech phone?
Oh, yep. The latest model.
Can I take a look at it? I've been dying to see it.
Sure, here. Just press the home button to start it.
Ah, thank you.
Ah, you little vixen. What? Sand? The Amontillado, the bottle is filled with sand.
I'm afraid so. Not even I can afford a real one.
What are you doing?
I would think that's pretty obvious.
Edward, what's going on?
Yeah, pardon me, I need to open this crate.
Let me out.
Now, let's see. Stone blocks, mortar, hand trowel. Yes, I have everything I need.
You can't keep me in here.
In you went, and in you'll stay.
Edward, look at me.
The first stone placed so.
This is all some kind of joke, isn't it?
Little mortar on the end.
I'm laughing. Yeah, I really am. I'm laughing.
Now the next stone.
It's very funny.
More mortar.
You really know how to bring the fear.
Next stone.
I'll admit it, you're a great actor.
More mortar.
You made your point.
Stone.
You can stop now.
Mortar.
This isn't really happening.
Next layer.
Hey, Edward, I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
You said I'm sorry.
What you did was unforgivable.
Good God.
And I will never forgive you.
Edward,
And I will never forget for the rest of my life.
I don't...
And now, neither will you.
You won't get away with this. Everyone knows I was here.
Oh, but they don't know you're still here. You walked out of my Christmas party last night, and no one has seen you since.
Amy will call the police.
You sleep in separate rooms. She won't even know you're missing until tomorrow morning or afternoon.
How do you know?
Ever since you destroyed my life, I've studied yours very carefully.
I didn't destroy your life.
I think I'm the best judge of that.
I didn't.
You know what you did, but you don't know what it did to me. The humiliation, the shame.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you are a sorry excuse for a human being. Yes.
I am truly sorry.
Yes. Yes, now that your life is on the line, now you're sorry. Ah! But you see, what you don't seem to understand yet is that your life is not on the line. In fact, your life fell off the line back then, when you made the choice. That was when your life was on the line, and you chose to act as you did.
Help!
And now I have chosen.
Help! Help me, somebody, help! Get me out of here! Help! Help, for God's sake, help!
Delicious. Thank you, that was even better than I had expected.
Help! Help me! Please! Help me!
They won't hear you. No one will hear you. The party is going full blast. You're in a vault, in a sub-cellar, in a sub-cellar.
God!
And now you're going to die. But not too quickly. Slowly. So slowly. Starvation, dehydration. You could last for days. But you probably won't. The lack of water will take you sooner than that.
Please. Edward!
I thought about leaving you a few real bottles of wine. That would be too cruel, even for me.
Please.
And when the last stone is fit into place and the water dries, no one will ever know that there was a vault behind the wall. Even if they do find this second sub-cellar, which in itself is unlikely, you will be forgotten, lost, missing, never to be recovered. Like my happiness, like my pride, like everything you took from me. I'm putting in the last stone now. I am the last person you will ever speak to. This is the last thing you will ever hear. Merry Christmas. You've been listening to the Willamette Radio Workshop, and our cast includes Chris Porter, James Deneen, Pat Glenn, Robin Woolman, and Kurt Hansen. Foley by David Ian and Dino Diosu. Live sound by Martin John Gallagher. Music by KJ McElray. Production manager Atticus Wells Bowery. All plays were written by William S. Gregory. Cynthia J. Mickey is our dramaturg. I'm Sam A. Mowry. I'm the producer of the workshop. And we remain, as always, obediently yours. See you next Halloween.